everyone, this is Sherry. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me. I want to share with you a finished flip through of this journal today. So first of all, I'll just show you the cover. This is one of my vintage sheets that I used on this journal, and I used it as the tie closure also. So it has a nice long little tie here to wrap around. It wraps around twice. And I was going to say, for some of these pieces, when I don't have like a long enough piece to make a really long tie, I will sew pieces together. And so on this one, that's what I did. I sewed 3 pieces together. And when I do that, I just overlap the ends and I zigzag stitch a little square around the part that I overlapped. So it's nice and strong, just to let you know how I do that. I did it 2 times here, and it makes a nice little, it looks nice and finished, and it also makes it nice and strong. So that's my tie closure on this one. This is the cover I made during Roxy's weekly challenge. One of the first few weeks where she did journal covers, and this is the cover I made for that challenge. And I had it sitting here waiting for me to do something with it, and I had a couple of other projects that I wanted to do, and so I finally got back to this one. I actually have a bunny journal I gotta finish, but the 3rd bunny journal I haven't finished, but I wanted to go ahead and you know, finish this one, and then I'll work on the bunny journal again. But yeah, this came out really cute. It's made from a Reader's Digest, and you can see the edge of the Reader's Digest here, and it was a really pretty light patterned Reader's Digest, and it looked very vintage, so I didn't try to really cover it up. I just tried to decorate it. And so it's got some lace here in the background. Got this cute little picture of this little girl tasting, I think she's tasting jam. It's really cute. And then the other decorations you see here, lace and some coffee dyed flowers. There's a little pearl in the middle of each one, and a little brass or bronze plate here where you can stick, it's small, but you can stick something in there. But I didn't put anything in there so that, you know, somebody could put something in there if they want. But you can also see the lace through there. So that's really pretty, just even seeing the lace through there, even if you don't put anything on there. It's got 3 signatures, and they are 5-hole pamphlet stitch, so nice and strong. And then the back has some pretty lace that I used here. And this is the vintage sheet, also matches that little, you know, tie closure. So you can see some of the journal, some of the book under here too. That's really cool and really pretty. But so we'll just get started. Oh, let me show you the outside here. So here's the top. Here's the side. I've got some of that Battenberg lace that I had got at a thrift store on these pages, and I coffee dyed it. It was white. If you remember, if you saw that in my thrifty videos. I have sold it all out of my shop. I didn't have that much, but I shared some in my shop. I shared a lot in my shop, and I kept some for myself too, so I'd have a little bit. But I coffee dyed the part I used on here, and it came out really cool. I just thought it was too white. Like with this, is not really white here. So I just felt like the coffee dye would go better with this journal, and so I coffee dyed it. It looks really pretty, I think. Got some charms hanging here. So there you go. That's the whole outside. So let's just get started with the flip through. I think I said 3 signatures, but in the front here I have a library pocket, and I have, did I leave it open in the back? I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, I did leave it open in the back. Okay. So I don't have anything tucked in there, but it is open right here on the side. I'll maybe tuck something in there so that somebody knows, whoever gets it will know there is a pocket in back of here. And then this is a library pocket here. And so you could, this is an actual library card, vintage library card from a book that used to be in a library. It says 1988 and 1987 on the 2 little stamps from the library there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then a couple of journaling cards that I made. Well, this is a little ticket that I made. It says draft on it. Just a little piece made from different, inks and things. And then this is just a little journaling spot. It says collect with a pretty lady, and you can journal in there. And just on the back it says receipt. So just a fun little journaling spot. So that is the opening cover. I did use the same kind of neutral, but has a pretty pattern on it, scrapbook paper inside the front and back covers. Let me show you here. This one's covered up a lot, but you can see it back there. And that same fabric is here inside the spine, so you'll see that as we go through. I have one of the charms here on the first little bit of lace hanging here. This is one that I made, little bead dangle. So here on this very first page, I put I found this just one lone bridge tally score sheet. Where did I get that? I think at my new thrift store. I think that's where I found this one. And it was so pretty, and I had it sitting here. I hadn't put it away yet. And so I went ahead, the color just went so well with this journal. I just went ahead and put it right here as a decoration. Plus I left it as a flip up. So you can put something under here if you want. And then you have this to write on or do something with. So just a pretty little start to the journal. And then here is a little pocket. This is, I use a lot of double-sided, well, not a lot. At the beginning of each signature is a double-sided piece of scrapbook paper. Okay. Then here is, this is coffee dyed paper, but on here I have a pocket. So the pocket has two parts. The back part has this pretty little card. I've had this for quite a while. I think it's either vintage or almost vintage, but it's just a pretty little card that I had in my stash. That I actually use these for thank you cards, but then I didn't use part of the box, so it became part of my craft stash. But isn't that the cutest thing? This little girl's at the beach, you know, trying to keep the waves from hitting her toes. That's the cutest little cards. I only have like 2 or 3 left, and that is one of them. So, and then here in the lace part of this pocket, I have lace on here. This is sewn around, and then in that pocket I have a little ATC that can be written on the back. It's made from a playing card and has some little bits on there to decorate it. And then on the lace here I have this is just a pretty piece of decoration, like a floral. And I have a little pin here hanging with beads. I used a few pins and bead dangles in here. So here's another piece of scrapbook paper. This side is a pocket with a couple of pieces here. This is a postcard. I think I got this one in Happy Mail. And grab a tissue here. But yeah, this was really pretty. And I think this is another thing I had sitting here. Like as I got things in Happy Mail or something, I would put them into the basket with this journal. So I would use them. And this is one of the things I put in the basket. And I just thought it was so pretty. It has some little glittery bits on there. And this pocket is decorated with a piece that I got from my new thrift store. And then this is this is like an invitation, but isn't it so pretty that I had in my stash here? You know, pick up cards all the time, pretty cards and vintage cards. There's a few pages from this book that my friend gave me. My friend at work gave it to me for, it was either Christmas or my birthday, but it had these pretty little pictures of the little girls and things in there, and it has a pretty little quote on the bottom. So I used some of those pages in here, and when you see this, I hinged pages together. So like they didn't come out of the book together, but I went ahead and I had to cut them down a little bit too. So I took them out of the book and then I hinged them back together with some pretty papers. So that's what that is. Here's the other side of that one. So cute. So adorable. And then some coffee dyed paper with a little decoration here. This is a film strip. This is a film strip that was not a real film strip. I don't think. It was like from Tim Holtz or one of those ephemera packs. And then this is something I got from Happy Mail. Has a little quote on it there. Very cute. This is in here. I think 1 or 2 pages of this is in here. And this is the end pages from that book with the little girl that I just showed you that my friend gave me. This was the end pages, and I just love the pattern. And so I used that as a page in here. Almost looks like scrapbook paper, but it was the end pages from that book. And it's vintage. It was a vintage book. So this is a pretty little piece I had. I think this I printed out, actually. I don't really have too many printed out pieces in here, but I think this was left over from my design team project from Tsunami Rose. And it just had these pretty little birds. And then I have this little doily back there on this coffee dyed paper. And then this is a dictionary page. I actually got out my big old vintage dictionary and put some pages in here. I always like see people using their nice dictionary pages, and I always forget to get mine out. So I actually got it out and put some really, this dictionary has the thicker paper, not that thin, like onion skinny type paper. So that's why I bought it when I saw it, and I felt the pages. I was like, those are perfect for my journals. So I do need to remember to use that. Here's some pattern paper. This is some onion skin paper, which I love. Some pink doily and some pretty map paper. I try to pick out map pages with the colors that match this journal. So here's some pink and green and yellow, and there's some blue on there, of course, for the ocean. But isn't that pretty? I used it as a center page. It was so pretty. I loved it so much. I just love map pages. And that's another thing I keep forgetting to use. So I did manage to remember here. Here's the other side of the onion skin paper. And I wanted to do some stenciling, but not, you know, real dark or real apparent. So this is a real light stencil here of some butterflies. You don't even know, almost, probably almost, it might be like you would think it was already there, like, oh, you know, but I put it on there, you know, to be just a light little, you know, decoration. So I did that on a few pages, you'll see as we go through. So pattern paper, the other side of the dictionary. We're on the back half of the first signature. Here's that pretty end paper. Coffee dye paper. I put some washi on here that I just really like that. The washies I've been getting from Your Creative Studio, and I think that's what that was from. Another little pocket here where I have a journaling card. That decorated journaling card. You can see there's a tatting on the bottom and this pretty heart lace on the top. So that came out really pretty. I used my edging scissors on the sides of this paper here that I have glued on to this. And then the bottom here, the little pocket, there's a piece on there, and this piece is on there. Or is the pocket made out of that? I'm trying to remember what I did here. Yeah, this is a piece I got from my new thrift store. And then there's a piece of lace, which this might even be tatting. And then there's a little pin on there too. So cute. That coffee dyed Battenberg lace. And so here's a pocket here. This one is scrapbook paper. This is the last page. No, is that the last page of the signature? Nope, that's not the last page. But here's some lace down here. And I've got two butterflies, a little word. This is like I think this is one of my little fabric words. And then I received those in Happy Mail. It says be unique there. And then several things in here. I've got one of my little blue, this is like a 3x5 Rolodex card. And a pretty bookmark. I always pick up, I say in my thrifty videos, I always pick up bookmarks when I see them at thrift stores. And this is one of them. I just thought it would look nice in here. It's kind of very vintagey looking. And one of the folders I made recently from Roxy's Weekly Challenge. I really liked making those, and they came out so cute, made with a file folder and, you know, just a little mini one, and it's decorated. It says spring right there. So super cute. Let's see, how did I have that in there like that? And then last of this signature, there's a flip up here with some lace. This is lace from a vintage tablecloth. And then we start on the second signature. So here I have a little flip out. I think I left all the flip outs like this loose instead of like sewing or gluing them down, so that you can decide, or whoever gets this can decide what they want to do. They can glue them down and make a little side tuck, or leave it open. And then here's a little pocket here this is made from a heart doily. I've got a piece here, a decorated piece of paper, and then a little like label right there, and that is a tuck spot. You can see how it goes like that. I'll see the heart here. So that's a little doily. And this is a tag that I had made. It's a little fabric topper there. And just cute little tag made from pretty much from scraps, really. Got some pretty paper on the back. So this is the second signature. A flip out there. That's the end paper again from that book. My friend gave me a little flip up here. Let's see. I want to make sure you can see. Yeah, it's got a little decoration on it too. A little fussy cut flower. And then this is just a journaling card that I was making. I had a grungy pack and I was trying to use it up. Somebody gave me a grungy ephemera pack. and was from that. So I was trying to use it up, and I used a few layers here with that piece that was in that grungy pack, this little ribbon, like fabric ribbon with a button and some stitching, and it was just kind of, the strings were on there, so I just used that there. This is a pattern page here from a pattern. All my patterns are vintage, so those are all vintage pattern pages. Scrapbook paper there. There's a pocket here where it's like a big pocket and a couple pieces on there. Doily and a little pretty little decorated piece. A couple of flashcards, and these are older flashcards, and this is a bridge tally card. So you can always use these by putting paper in here if you want to. I don't do that because I want to leave it for people to do what they want to with them, and you could even make a little booklet with it. But you could just, if you just wanted to write just in here, you could put some coffee dyed paper on here, or any kind of glue, any kind of paper down on here, and then write inside of there. So just wanted to let you know that, because I don't put anything in there, just so people can do what they want. This is a pretty piece of stationery here. It has a scalloped edge, really pretty. That's the page from that book that my friend gave me. Another cute little couple there. So cute. That's the back of it. A dictionary page. I love these dictionary pages. I haven't used them in so long. Onion skin, Doily Map Page, and that's the center again. See, I just had to put it in the center. So pretty. Oh, the center strings I just tied in a bow in this one. Pink Doily. Oh, here's some more stenciling. Like this is the light stenciling I was talking about. So this one is flowers on onion skin paper. I don't think I ever stenciled on onion skin paper. So I was looking for pages to do a stencil on, and I found this one, and I was like, let me try this. And it turned out really cute and really pretty. If you've never stenciled onion skin paper, I thought it came out really nice. So a page from, this is the back half of the second signature. So yeah, this page from that book my friend gave me. Here's the second charm that's hanging on the Battenberg lace. This is actually, I have a few of these, and this is the first time I've used them, and I've had them for a while. It's hanging on a bulb pin, but it's actually a little Russian doll. Isn't it cute? And I don't consciously hoard things, but why haven't I used them? I don't know. I've probably had them for a year. So anyway, I said, I must use one. I'm going to use one in here, whether I like it or not. So anyway, it's the cutest little thing, like a little Russian doll. And it's in this journal. I am partying with it. Okay, so here's a belly band. It goes this way, and it has lace and a pretty little, oh, this is is this an applique? It feels like an applique. I'm trying to remember what I did in here. I think it was an applique, and I cut it out. I think it had more to it, like more fabric or something around it, and I fussy cut it out so it wouldn't be quite so like big with wasted, like whatever white or material was around it. So I fussy cut it out. It's on there, and this is the little decoration on some scrapbook paper here. It's like cardstock scrapbook paper. So it's, I like to use cardstock for my belly bands, so they're nice and strong usually, unless I use a ribbon, like a ribbon, or what else do I use? So usually I try to use something stronger though. And this is a piece of ephemera I just had in my stash. I'm trying to use some of my ephemera I've prepared and done in different challenges and things, and that's what this is from too. It has a little key on here, a little fabric scrap from this is from a bandana, a blue bandana when I was making face masks, and I had some fabric scraps, and that's what that's from. So here, that was on pattern paper. And then here's that page from the book. I have a little paper clip here with a pom-pom on it. And this is a little piece of ephemera I made recently. Made some little journaling cards from the washi tape from Your Creative Studio. Oh no, this one is from let me think for a second. Gosh, now I'm getting confused. But it's from one of those, Your Creative Studio or In Love Arts, that washi paper that I used. I think that was from In Love Arts, that's right. I did a special video just for them and on that, and made little drilling cards out of that washi tape. They came out so cute. And this is a flip over, and then we're almost to the end of this journal, but I have these big appliques. I have one more of these, And I got it out, and it looked so, I got out my appliques to see what I could use in here. I used that one that I showed you, that little one, but this one looks so pretty on this black, you know, patterned page from that book my friend gave me. And then I put the flower on there. I was like, wow, I have to put that there because it looks so beautiful. So that is a big applique. And then this is coffee dyed paper and the back of that signature here. So the third signature starts here. I've got a pretty little kind of a, what is it, acetate sticker here. I just really loved these, and I really love how it looked on here. It just kind of disappears, you know, the background, and you just see the pretty flower and the pretty decoration. And in this pocket, I have a journaling card. Whoops. Journaling card where I have on here, it's got a little pocket in it. So in the pocket, I have a decorated, see, a little piece of this is a little piece of a booklet that I had, I guess. And I decorated that paper for writing space, and it tucks in here. This is some of that baby lace I have that I showed you recently that I used as the little topper here. And then I have on here a piece of lace, or actually crochet trim, one of my little ribbon flowers, and this is a pretty little button card that I've been finding these button cards lately at my new thrift store. So this is the first time I've used one, and I think it's just adorable, like just more adorable than this is like the most adorable thing I've ever seen. I love those button cards. They're so cute with the pink buttons, little, and they have all their buttons on there. It's so cute. I'm so glad I found those. Coffee dyed paper, scrapbook paper, and this is music paper here. I've got a flip out on this side. I think it's avocado / coffee dyed. It might be just avocado, but yeah. A little tuck spot here, just made with a few layers. Let me see. Scrapbook paper, some book page, greenery, acetate greenery, and got a wax seal there. So that's super cute. And then a little journaling card here. Let's see, does this one open up? Yeah, this one opens up. And then it's got all the decoration on the front here, just layers like collaged there with some lace. So just a lot of journaling room there. Flip out page from the book my friend gave me. I love the hinges on there. They just came out so pretty with the pink. It matches and everything. So cute. Here's the third bead dangle here. I remember putting these together. I was just like putting all my beads together, trying to make bead dangles out of them so I'd have them ready, and it just came out really cute. Has a little lobster claw clasp on there to hold it on. This side has, this is just a collage and with a wax seal. So you've got several bits here with the wax seal on it. And then on the other side, I have a little decoration here. This is a little girl I cut out of a book, or I think I tore her out. Yeah, I had this book and I tore some of them out and cut some of them, some out, and this one was torn out. I like both looks, so, but she is pouring milk into her cereal bowl. It looks like it was an old vintage. That was a very old vintage children's book. And this is actually stationery here. Almost look like Tim Holtz, but it isn't. It's just a pretty stationery. Dictionary page, pattern paper. This is, well, first of all, it looks really pretty. I just noticed that in the back of in front of this map paper. You can see the map through it. Isn't that pretty? This is onion skin. And I also did some little honeycomb stenciling on there, so you can barely see it. But it's like I said before, I did a very light stenciling, so you almost don't even notice it, but it is there, and it's very, very pretty. And so there's a doily. More map paper. I put map paper in the middle of each one. Just so pretty. Those map pages are actually from vintage atlases that I have. The big ones, you know, those big ones. Yes, those are from those. A little flip out here. This is a little piece from your creative studio. And you can write on there whatever you want, but this is pattern paper. This is dictionary. And then we're on the back half of the third signature. This is one of my vintage florist cards with some trim and a little pin here with some beads. All the beads have like some kind, all the pins have some type of beads on them that I put in here. Some greenery with some washi there. It's a little collage. the book my friend gave me with the Battenberg lace. This is a flip out glassine bag. So this is decorated with, I recently showed you in my thrifty video where I got those envelopes, you know, the vintage envelopes. I had ordered them from eBay. And in here is, in the glassine bag, is a journaling card or tag. And here on the, you know, the front of the glassine bag is decorated with this piece from the envelope. Here's the flap from the envelope. And then on the flap, I have a little paper clip here. This is just, this piece right here, this number 5 is just paper clipped on there. It's not glued down. It's just, I recently showed you these little swirly paper clips too. They're so cute. I couldn't believe it when I started using them. Like, they're just like the perfect little touch sometimes. And so I put one on that flap with that little number there. And I love that envelope too. That's the first time I used those too. And I thought, well, that came out really cute and really cool. So I'm going to be using more of those envelopes. This is another like belly band. So this one you can see goes this way. It doesn't go all the way across the page, but I still consider it a belly band because you can put something through it. And it's, you know, got a couple of layers there and a little journaling, like a booklet here. So this is just made with some paper that I had left from a project. It's pretty on both sides. And then I used another little, no, it's one piece of paper that I folded over and sewed the top of it here to hold all these extra little scraps of coffee dyed paper to journal in. So just a pretty little journaling spot there under that belly band. And then here is a pocket. This is coffee dyed paper, and this is, you know, all my paper, scrapbook paper in here is double-sided. But here's a little band here on the pocket. There's like a little pocket or a belly band on the pocket. So see, that's one of the pieces from my new vintage store that I put in here to decorate that. This is a little envelope. You know, those little envelopes I like to pick up. So I decorated the little envelope with some pretty pieces. There's a couple of layers here with a little piece of lace. I want to put that on there to look like a little stamp in the corner. I know it doesn't look like a stamp, but that's where the stamp would be. I guess that's what I should say. I put it where the stamp would be. And then you can see I decorated back here with a cool little acetate sticker. You know how those blend in. They kind of look like a rubber stamp. So that was awesome. And then inside I put a little slide. And I've had these for a while too, and haven't used them. I don't think I've used one. I think that's the first one. So I got out stuff I haven't used to put in here, and I really enjoyed it. So I will be doing that more. Anyway, here's a guest check, decorated. A couple of layers over here with a pretty little pink. I remember I did this one where I mixed the colors pink and white wax on that wax seal, and it's got a little, I think all of these have the little rose stamp on them, all of these wax seals that are in here. So that was in there. And we're on the back cover where I have a little flip up. You can actually write here or put a little picture. You can always put a picture here too, you know. And then here's the pocket where I have a pretty little journaling card. And here I have a little piece back here so you can see like there is a space back there in back of it where you can put, this is just a coffee dyed grungied up index card where I have washi tape and a little label that is like a little acetate label there on the side of that. You could write on that if you wanted to, but anyway, that is in the side here so you know that this is also a pocket back here. And that's what I need to do up front because that's a pocket in back of that one too, which I forgot to put something in. I probably forgot that it was a pocket. Nothing in there. Nope, nothing hiding in there. So anyway, that is the journal. And let me see if I can just show you this goodie bag real quick. I have quite a bit in here. I know my camera's probably going to cut me off in a second, but just to show you, I put all the extra bits in here. There's some lace. There's a little postage stamp. There's a piece of trim or lace there, one of the little pictures from that vintage children's book that I was talking about, the really old one, a piece of the sheet that I used in here, and just lots of little like recipe card cut-offs from the scrapbook paper, lots of those, the pattern paper cut-offs. Here's some note paper. I put a couple extra whole pieces of paper in here for you to cut up and tear up and whatever you want to do with it. These are coffee dyed music the smaller pages, you know, from a smaller music book. And then these are coffee dye pages, a couple. Do I have one or two? I think I have one of those. Some tickets, a little tag, and a little one of these divider cards. Oh, and here's some doilies. So lots of little bits there to get you started on your journaling adventure with this journal. And then a little coin envelope that has been decorated with, I think I have, do I have buttons in here? I have buttons and butterflies in here. Yep, buttons and butterflies. These are butterfly punch outs that I have different sizes of, and I have a bowl full of these where I was using up scraps, so I always put some of those in my goodie bag. So that is in a coin envelope, and then of course you can use the coin envelope and the bag. The pink bag kind of matches. It's kind of bright, but or you can always make a journal out of this too, a little paper bag journal. So yep, that is it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the flip through of this fun little journal. It was a lot of fun to make, and I will see you all next time. Happy crafting, and thanks for watching today.